We are live for our third podcast in 4 days. Welcome back to the West Coast Draft Podcast. We're rolling through the divisions. That's right, boys. We're over halfway done. No, never mind. We're halfway done exactly. After today, we'll be over halfway done. And next week, it's all our divisions, the Northern divisions and the NFC West. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a hoot. But today, we're covering the most boring. NFC South's probably more boring. The second most
Sadly,
boring.
we have a schedule change. I know I hyped up the
I
NFC West
know.
yesterday,
Zach couldn't
but
make it today.
we'll be back to it next week, and it'll be better than it would have been today because
Yes.
we'll
Yeah,
we'll have roster cut downs by then. I think.
that's true. And also, we have college football games this weekend, boys. Week
Let's do that.
0.
Let's do that first. Let's do that first.
You want to knock this out first? Want to talk a
Yeah,
little CFB?
yeah.
Little London game? Well,
So
or not London, Dublin game.
speaking of CFB though, the Miami, Ohio coach literally said that Bama stole our kicker and illegally recruited him today.
Are we shocked? Are we
No,
shocked?
no. And a Bama reporter actually asked DeBoer about it.
If what did DeBoer say? Just,
Oh, we did everything right. We entered the portal, and we talked to
of
him
course
after
you
that.
did.
It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, right,
Um.
buddy. I got four more people you definitely illegally recruited:
Oh yeah.
Jeremy Bernard, Parker Brailsford, Austin Mack, and Josh Cuevas.
So
I hope
there it
something
is.
happens there, though. I'd love to see them get in trouble.
Yeah, I just appreciate the Miami, Ohio coach coming out and saying it, because that's going to get the NCAA's ears to perk up a little bit. But
Oh,
um,
he's by far the boldest anyone said something about that. By far.
yeah.
And he was, I
So
don't know if you guys ever watched Westworld, but the hat he was wearing was like an extended bucket hat that looked like the Man in Black's hat with the Miami, Ohio logo on it.
oh yeah,
Shout out Westworld Season 3, Marshawn Lynch is in it.
is he really?
Yep.
Wow, I know
Yep.
he's got a little bit of an acting career going on right now, so that makes sense.
That was so funny that Cal UW game 2 years ago when Marshawn dropped the F bomb. He was like, whoop! He's like, whole face popped up. He's like, these motherfuckers are soft. Oops. Do you remember that?
I do remember that. It was a late night. It was a Pac-12
It
after
was a
dark game,
Pac-12 after
man.
dark, yeah.
And we almost lost. Oh, we didn't almost lose, but we
It was
barely beat
tighter than it
Cal.
should have been. That's
Yeah.
why they totally ran up the score against Cal this last year.
And then it was the opposite against Stanford. 2022, we killed Stanford,
Yeah,
and then we
yeah.
struggled
I
with them
remember
last
like
year.
before the season, I was like, dude, I think we're gonna go into the Michigan game undefeated, and you're like, or no, I think we're gonna be undefeated after the first 4 games. We're like, nope, we're gonna lose to Stanford. And
Oh,
Stanford with what's his name running the slow mesh. Ooh, that was ugly. What was
here we
that tall
go.
quarterback? Tanner McKee running the slow mesh.
Oh, Tanner
That was
McKee. Yeah.
ugly,
Hey,
dude.
hey, you know what? Tanner McKee might be beating out Kenny Pickett for QB2
That
in
wouldn't surprise me. I'm
Philadelphia.
just saying, it was ugly. He was the worst person to run the slow mesh, is what I was saying.
Yeah. It's so funny. Stanford can recruit the hell out of quarterbacks, man. They every year it feels like they're
Of
getting a high
course.
four, hot star, or a 5-star
As they
QB.
should. I mean, they're smart kids.
Yeah.
Quarterbacks have to be really goddamn smart.
Yeah. So I just think it's funny that they haven't been as good since really the
All right, I
McCaffrey
want to go.
days.
I want to go last year for our
All right.
Ireland game, hikey tight.
The
If we
Oreland
run
game?
out of beer,
That's more Australian.
you get free Wi-Fi, and they ran out of beer like at the halftime last year. That was fun.
There you go.
I don't know
So
why we do this, why we have a game in Ireland, but cool.
it's fun. It's a fun week 0 tradition at this point. Um, so one game featuring a top 25 opponent in Ireland, Florida State and Georgia Tech, ACC matchup. The past couple of years, it's been
Oh,
Big Ten matchup, so I
yeah.
appreciate them mixing it up here. Um, FSU coming in as 10.5 point fit. Man, I feel like this is the first time in months that I've pitched a game before we make picks, boys. This feels natural. This
Oh,
feels good.
oh, it feels good.
FSU coming in as 10.5 point favorites, breaking in a very, very new team. DJ Ungalele, now the quarterback. Keon Coleman gone. Trey Benson gone. A
Everybody
lot
gone.
of defenders gone, especially that defensive line. Um, Meanwhile, Georgia Tech, not the greatest season last year. So take that how you will. Week 0 is tough. Well, week 1 is tough, but week 0 is definitely tough. I'll just start. I'll go with the chalk pick and say FSU by 10.5. I'll say
Daniel,
FSU covers.
you're next.
FSU, I think.
You picking FSU?
Yeah.
I got Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech's going to surprise some
Oh,
people this year. They're going to be a solid team.
I like it.
Haynes King is getting some chatter. People like what they
Interesting.
saw from him last year, and I think
Alright.
they're getting back a little bit. So I'm excited to see. I think Georgia Tech's gonna lose but cover a week 0 game in Ireland. New Florida State team. I think it's gonna be ugly. I think it's gonna be a grindy game.
It probably will be ugly.
So
You got a good point there. I
Nope,
don't know.
nope,
Yeah, 10 and a
nope,
half is
nope,
kind of
too
a big
late, too
line.
late.
You're right. I know. I made it too early.
that's
So.
why I wanted to go last. I'm
Dang.
starting out 1-0, baby.
Or 0-1, and me and Daniel get an early lead. If DJ Ungalele looks amazing for the first time in his career. All right, boys. So there you go. First picks of the football season. Well, we're back, boys. Next week, or no, not next week. We'll have more CFB picks, and then a couple weeks we'll have NFL picks. Oh my goodness, we're back, boys. There it is.
Can we get colors for our slots, our picking slots?
For slots, do we want to make these NFL theme? NFL colors?
Yeah, let's do it.
Good, yeah.
All right, let's see. I'll throw a little Cincinnati in here. Will that screw up the? No, that looks good. Detroit. Oh,
You
it
need to
does
make
screw
that
up.
Honolulu blue a little Honolulu bluier.
That's the official color on the team website.
I know, but still, I want it. It looks
You
nicer
want some
now.
pop?
And
You
that's
want some pop?
that's much more of a drab navy, but I trust you on having the official color.
Let's see. Let's see if I can just do this.
Drab navy for the slots. Low to drab.
Let's see if I can even make this brighter. See if I can make this brighter if I want
No, I'm not
to.
gonna make you do that now. Oh,
Ooh, that's bright. Oh, that's hurt my eyes.
We had the original color before.
all right, put it back. Fine.
Yeah, like
That was too bright. That hurt my eyes
that's
when I
what
pulled that
the
up.
line's blue is.
There we go. All right.
Look how beautiful that color is, guys.
All right. So I'm gonna go through.
You know what's
Make-
crazy, boys, is apparently the Lions have a lot of bandwagon fans now.
Yeah.
People don't think we have an elite fan base anymore. There's a lot of cocky mofos out there.
Hmm. You know who have all of a sudden become incredibly cocky as Broncos fans because of one good preseason game.
I'd say two pretty good preseason games.
They weren't even that amazing. They were fine. They were good, but like they need to slow down. Is what I'm saying.
That's fair. That's fair. All right, boys. Let's hop
Because
right
rookie
into these.
quarterbacks. If there's one thing I know about NFL, rookie quarterbacks do rookie quarterback things.
That's true. That is true. Actually, oh wait, before we hop into the NFC South, news from around the league.
Ooh.
I'll start.
Jahan
Bengals.
Dotson.
Oh,
trade.
Jahan Dotson trade to Philadelphia.
Yeah,
That's-
I did see that.
You
So-
guys were gassing. You were gassing him up the other day.
I know. I think it's a dumb move by Washington. I think he'll be good as Philly's wide
Well-
receiver 3.
What do you
Also-
get traded for?
I saw people make a pretty good point that you don't trade a good player within the division.
Yeah. Unless you're really bad.
But you know what that
talent
means, though?
outliers.
Luke McCaffrey season.
McCaffrey season. I did see
Wait.
that a lot.
What did Dotson get traded for though?
Third.
Another trade though. There's
The other-
another trade.
So,
today.
yeah, Michael Jackson for Michael Barrett.
I honestly kind of like the trade because Michael Jackson wasn't going to make the team.
Oh, I didn't. I figured he was. So okay, so that makes it.
I think they wanted
sense.
to have DJ James and Nehemiah put you with the contract flexibility.
Of course, McDonald wants a Michigan guy. That makes sense.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, having some familiarity with that, I was very much hoping we'd add another linebacker. I was hoping and praying for Nakobe Dean, but you know, someone who's familiar with the scheme is nice to have. He's a depth piece. He's not going to see much play this year.
How many rookies get traded before they even like play a snap for and drafted rookies? Not even on UDFA's drafted rookies get
I
traded.
know, isn't that surprising?
That's
I
kind of
think
crazy.
I know, right? Because like, Staten was saying like the linebacker he would have expected would have been probably Shaq Thompson, but Staten had a fifth on him. Uh, he's small. He's small. He's 6 feet 230. That's a pretty small linebacker.
So,
But he can hit. He knows the system. Like I went back and watched him again. I mean, for Michael Jackson, I like what I saw there. You know, I think he might him and Tyrese Knight start gelling and working together. Maybe in 2 years they're our linebacker tandem.
games played. The Bengals played their last preseason game tonight against the Colts. Overall, they lost again, but I don't really care about
Who cares?
preseason win losses. I am happy though with Jermaine Burton. Had another very strong game, especially in the fourth quarter when they finally let him in. Also very happy with after the game, Zach Taylor saying um, that Joe Burrow played his best practice of the entire training camp was in their joint practice on Tuesday. So that was when he made the decision that he didn't need to play tonight, which I like. Burrow on the broadcast saying that it's the biggest, it's the classiest best shape of my life moment, but the fact that he was able to get his grip strength back quickly and it was more mobility, that's good to hear. So I don't anticipate that being an issue. Also, biggest, fastest, strongest he's ever felt in his career. Um, I know, again, classic cliche, but he said that on the broadcast. Also said he's going to be rocking the frosted tips once his regular hair grows back in. So that'll be fun to win a Super Bowl with frosted tips, bringing back the early 2010 or 2000s with that. Um, let's see. Any other big ones? Jordan Battle, pick six, one of my guys. Really, really happy with that. Um, Matt Lee, another very strong game. Jermaine Burton, like I said, strong game. Eric All, strong game, especially as a blocker, which is good to see. Um, yeah, overall, even though they lost, happy with the performance.
I had to go get my water jug. My old time. This water jug makes me think of those like old timey, like booze bottles with the XXX on it.
Uh-huh.
Like cartoons.
Oh yeah. Oh, and one more thing. Oh yeah, this isn't really about the Bengals. This is more about the Colts. But you're playing your starters against second and third, at best second stringers. A lot of third stringers. A lot of guys that won't make the team. Are the Colts, and it was, I believe, 7-7 at halftime. So rough look for Indy. Not gonna lie. We're doing the AFC South picks today. I might have been a little too high on them in previous picks, and we've only got them 1-4-1. I think Indy looks like they could be rough this year.
You know who invented when the word booze was invented? Either of you?
No idea.
It was invented during the campaign of William Henry Harrison. They tried to make
Really?
it all folksy, and they'd hand out little bottles of whiskey in the shape of a log cabin, and that's when the word booze was coined. This was that one. I love my 1830s politics.
Hey, Tipper Canoe and Tyler too, right?
Ooh, nope, I'm Van Buren pod here. This is a Van Buren pod.
This is not Van Buren.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. He was screwed.
I do not have strong enough opinions on 1830s politics, to be quite
Van
honest.
Buren is actually a really fun figure. He's one of my favorites. I really like studying Jacksonian democracy. Now, Jackson's got a lot of baggage, but it's a really fun era. And just iconic names. Thurlow Weed, Erastus Root,
Names were better back in the day, man.
Rensselaer
Names were
Van
just
Rensselaer.
better.
Rensler van Rensler, son of a wealthy Dutch landowner who loved his last name so much he named his son Rensler van Rensler. Jabez Delano Hammond.
There was
Thurlow
a
Weed.
Jabez back in the day.
Yeah.
That's
Thurlow
interesting.
Weed was one of Lincoln's fixers.
Hey, you know what? The more things change, the more things stay the same. Zachary Taylor ends up being a
Oh,
great leader.
nope. Oh no, you're very wrong about that. He was pretty bad.
It wasn't the
Doughface.
worst.
He's real damn close. He's down there, man. Because
Oh
like
well.
those last three Democratic presidents before the Civil War, the Democratic Party was just kind of spamming Doughface, Doughface, Doughface.
Oh
And
yeah,
they were
well,
all
talk to me when there's a president, Mike McDonald. There never will be.
We don't like Irishmen as our presidents.
That's true.
Is McDonald?
We tried with Kennedy. It didn't work out.
Well, actually, we had Joe Biden, our current president's an Irish.
Oh, was Biden Irish too? Oh.
You've never heard him say it's like all he talks about. It feels
No,
like.
I don't listen to
And
his
it's like the
interviews
classic
very
dumb
often.
person, dumb American person, like, yeah, I'm a little Irish and I got a little Irish in me. And,
You see, I'll give
he
Kennedy credit. He wore that on his sleeve. He was from
visited
Boston,
his
so of course he was.
he visited his ancestral hometown like a year or two ago, and they played like as he walked out, they played the
Oh gosh. Oh gosh. He'll never be Kennedy with the Boston accent though.
Yep, that's for sure. But hey, the Catholics get things done.
There you go.
But
all right, boys.
I
Shall
got
we have
two more pieces of sports.
Oh
news.
yeah. Oh yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
Scott Cervase. Bye bye. Bye bye.
Yep, he's scanned.
I can't. Like, you gotta win. You know, seems like a good guy, but you've been here 9 years and made the playoffs once. Sucks that he found out he got fired on social media.
Yeah, that's brutal. That's a tough
That's
look.
college player finding out their coach left on social media level
Right.
TV. That's just tough. Hate to see that. Dan Wilson as the interim manager feels very Jeff Saturday-y.
Yeah.
But I do think it's a bit easier to be the manager of a baseball team than an NFL coach.
Right.
Oh, and then funny thing about the AFC South. There was a photo today at the Texans facility that said "swarm."
Oh
And
yeah.
had like what words made it up, and instead of an A, it was an E word. It was endurance or something, or like ethic or something. So it's actually swarm, not swarm. I thought that was pretty funny.
It was Swarm. I did see that, and like the top comment was like that. That's not how acronyms work.
That was
So that
funny.
was pretty funny. All right, boys, we ready to hop into the AFC South?
Let's get it.
Start from the bottom. Start with the bottom. Up yours, Tennessee.
Up the bottom.
Up their bottom. There you go.
Tennessee sucks, guys. What a terrible team.
Hate
God,
Tennessee.
so obnoxious.
It was
Horrible.
an interesting move to get rid of Vrabel, but like more and more stuff just came out that he is just awful to work with.
Yeah.
Ooh, I think that's our lowest PFF grade so far, actually, 35.5.
Ooh, Petit Frere, and he's not even like being in. He's locked into that spot
Yeah.
too. They're not thinking about replacing him.
That
Ooh, here
their
we go.
O-line's bad.
They're going to be a 12 personnel team. And then on
Are they
defense,
going to be running that McVay scheme? Or are they going to be running the Joe Burrow scheme?
they'll probably run more of the McVay
Wait, go back
scheme,
to dime.
honestly.
Go back to dime.
That's their dime back.
Keep it
There
on
you go.
dime. Keep it on dime.
All right, dime. Yeah. Well, actually, if we
No,
go to
keep it
nickel,
on dime.
no, I just want to see. Okay, so they just sub in Adams for Gibbons, which yeah, I think that's more likely going to be more often. So okay, so here's the lineups
He's
we'll
like,
be judging.
I didn't
off
want
of.
to stay in Seattle because they wanted me to be a linebacker.
Oh no, this is him at
He's
this
going
is
to be
just
playing
the,
linebacker. I'll tell you that right now.
there you go. So anyways, so Tennessee, they got our favorite offensive lineman, J.C. Latham, as the starting left tackle.
I got baited so bad when someone said it, a rep that Derek Hall did really good against was Jason Latham. It wasn't him. I got baited there.
You got baited. It was too easy. Peter Skoronsky, kind of a rough
Wait,
rookie
Latham,
year.
that's Beau's favorite prospect, right?
I was so high on him. I was so high on him.
Oh
And
gosh,
I'm even more high on him now that I know he's going to be moving from the right side to the left side for the first time in his career.
that's not gonna be good, man.
Lloyd Cushenberry. Actually, Lloyd Cushenberry is a good
pickup,
get for
good
center.
pickup. I believe in
Radins.
Skoronsky. I think it's a good scheme fit for him.
Petit Frere doesn't even log a ranking because he's so low here.
Maybe he didn't qualify.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Petit
D-Hop actually had a
Frere-
solid season for his age.
Calvin Ridley did not. Tariq Woolen had him in hell, and he said it himself during the joint practices. There was a lot of reps where Calvin Ridley was just get clamped by Tariq.
Wait, guys, I just had a thought. You know what makes Petit Frere's PFF rating worse?
What?
So, in French, that means little brother.
Is it really? Oh, jeez.
That's not a good alignment. Name.
How did an offensive lineman get that title or that last name?
Little
I know he can't control his last name, but that's brutal. Tight
I
end
went back and
combo.
watched some Will Levis the other day. He had a rough end of the season.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he's going in as the unquestioned starter this year. Levis. They got some help with Tony Pollard coming in and a new offensive scheme coming in as well. So we'll see how that translates.
I think he fits that McVay scheme perfectly.
I mean, think about it. Whose OC was.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So, on defense, is this Rashad Weaver? Yeah, Rashad Weaver on one end, Harold Landry, hopefully finally being able to stay healthy on the other end. They got Arden Key on the interior? There's no way. Hold on. I have to go to base here. Yeah, Arden Key's an edge rusher there. On the interior, get out
Oh,
of
you
here.
can't forget about Devondre Sweat.
Yeah. And Tavondre Sweat at nose tackle right there in the middle.
Jeffrey
Simmons.
Simmons is a beast.
Jeffrey Simmons' grade was low
See,
last year.
That's why you got to
He's
take
dumb.
my grades.
Yeah.
With a big old grain of salt.
Yeah,
Quandre,
take him with
87th out of
some grain of
95.
salt.
Quandre, 88th out of 95. Woof.
I'm surprised Snead's grade was so low. I feel like he got talked up a lot last year. And he had a good year too, but like you said, grain of salt here. Awuzie brought him in. He's kind of fell off a little bit after the injury, but we'll see if he can pick it back up. McCreary. Tyler Boyd's here too. Can't forget about Tyler Boyd.
Oh, yeah.
13. Here we go. Tyler Boyd in the slot. Worst year of his career by a pretty wide margin, actually. But he's still kicking. Kenneth Murray and Jamal. Actually, Kenneth Murray's starting single starting linebacker in base with Adams is more of a dime guy, but yeah, he's there. And then they got your boy Quandre and Hooker there. Hooker, solid player. Quandre less so on the back end.
Quandre is just old now, and
a lot
when
of
you're bad and old, your antics get a lot less fun.
a lot of changes in Tennessee. A lot of changes.
By
Some
far the
days
best
feel like
player
there are
is Jeffrey
changes for
Simmons.
the sake of making a change.
Yeah.
What's that?
I mean, Kayvon Wallace was a better player than both Quandre and Jamal in the run block. But Jeffrey Simmons is by far their best player.
Yeah. So this is by a pretty wide margin. I don't even know who's competing with him for that. Now that King Henry's gone. All right. Oh yeah, they lost Derrick Henry. That's probably important to note.
They lost their entire offense.
Yeah. Well, they have a new offense now, so God, if they were running this lineup out there with their old offensive scheme, they would be in trouble. But anyway, so we're hopping right into it, boys. Their schedule, we've already picked 6 of their games. We got them at 2-4 wins against the Jets somehow, and the Patriots. Losses to the Finns, Bills, Chargers, and Commies. They are
I'm gonna say
going up to
this.
Chicago for a week 1.
Let me say
I'll let
this.
Daniel lead this
Wait,
one
let me
off
say
because I
one more
know.
thing.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead, Rob.
I think Jeffrey Simmons could have a defensive player caliber of the year season in that McDonald's team. But it's gonna be like when J.J. Watt was winning defensive player of the year and like his team went like 2-14.
It'll happen. It'll happen. I can see it. That's pretty reasonable. Reasonable prediction. I like it. Um, anyway, so yeah, week 1. Tennessee's going up to Chicago. Daniel, I know you're the big Bears fan among us, so go ahead, lead us off.
Caleb Williams, baby, my favorite quarterback. Now, actually, before I make my pick, Titans. If there are any Titans fans watching the stream, give the stream a like. I've never met a Titans fan in my life, and I'd like to know that y'all exist.
I met one at a bar in like after I got hired when I was out celebrating getting hired.
Oh shit!
I
Was
know, I didn't
Titans
know they
fans in
existed.
Seattle?
Huh? No, not
That's
this year. We played each other last year.
No, I'm asking, are there Titans fans in Seattle?
I mean, there's a million transplants in Seattle. We
Us?
got two
No.
of them. We got 2 of them in this podcast.
You know what's kind of funny on the topic of the Bears? There's actually next to my old place. If you go like a few blocks south, there's a Chicago Bears bar.
There's a lot of Chicago transplants. There's a lot.
Yeah.
Midwesterners love Seattle, man. That's how I'm here.
You ever been to Petoskey's?
No, I haven't.
Well, apparently it's supposed to be like a Midwestern themed bar in Ballard, but apparently it's Vikings. A lot of Vikings memorabilia.
I was at a barbecue pit in Issaquah, and there's a ton of Chief stuff. A lot of Chief stuff. It was good barbecue.
Anyway,
But
yeah,
what's the prediction here, Daniel?
yeah. Anyway, if you're a Titans fan, give us a like. And yeah, I gotta pick the Bears, man. Bears are gonna win by like a field goal, and all the Bears fans will be like, "Oh my God, we're gonna win it all this year, guys! Oh my God, Caleb Williams in! Oh my God!"
See, it's gonna be like one of those classic old Russell Wilson games where he plays not great for like the first half, maybe first 3 quarters. It's a tight, low-scoring game, and like on that final drive, just has like a bullshit scramble and throw and gets into field goal position.
Yeah, the Bears will win this like 24-21 or something, and all the Bears fans will be like, "Oh my God, we're getting
No. How about? I'm trying to do score math in my head. How about 27? No, I want to. The way I'm trying to get this is like they need the field goal to win. They weren't tied. They were down. So I'm trying to make this math work. It's okay. 23, 21.
I can see that.
Picking the Bears?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm also
it's
picking
it's
Bears.
rookie quarterback versus rookie head coach, so I think it's gonna be a
Right.
little ugly. But
Yeah, I can see it. I'll go with the home team in this case. I also just think the Bears are a more talented team, top to bottom, at pretty much
agree.
every position.
I agree.
Except interior defensive line. And defense line in general, because the Titans have some solid edge rushers too. Okay, so we've already got them beating the Jets, so nice comeback there. Then they host the Green Bay Packers. Oh, all Daniel's favorite teams right here off the jump.
Dude,
I'll let Daniel start off
the
this
Noble
one
Cup.
too.
Literally, God's favorite team is from Wisconsin. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Well, you guys know me. I'm really high on the Titans this year. I really think that who's their coach? Bill Callahan.
That's
Brian
their O-line
Callahan.
coach.
Brian Callahan.
Bill Callahan is their O-line coach, yeah.
I think Brian Callahan's really got some talent. I think Will Levis is going to get a perfect pass rating, kind of like Baker did. And yeah, we see Tennessee win.
I don't see.
I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop.
I don't see the Titans winning this one. I think Packers.
No, those
Yeah.
are both shoes, my guy.
Okay, well, I'm going with the Packers too, so.
Hey, man, I respect it.
Yeah, I think, again, Packers just more talented team top to bottom in this case. But, hey, crazier things have happened. The week before, they beat the Jets, who I also think are a more talented team. So, early bye week. That sucks.
That's tough.
And then they play the Colts at home in week 6. I'll leave this one off as a resident Colts expert because I just watched them. The Colts might be kind of rough this year, boys. I might grow to regret saying that because I think there's not there. AR just does not look ready right now. He
I
looks
think-
like another year seasoning, honestly. They might need to put old Joe Flacco in there for a few games, but
That was what Kirk was saying.
yeah.
I think the Colts are this year's Giants, which makes them this year's Matt Nagy team.
Mhm.
Surprisingly overperformed, but held together with smoke and mirrors kind of thing, you know?
Yeah. I think the Titans can pull this one off. I think they probably split the Colts. I see no reason they can't win the home game. So I'll go Titans here.
Off a bye, I agree.
Yeah. Daniel.
Yeah, I think they're going to split with Indy as well. I'm going to give the Titans this win.
There you go. They'll beat Detroit, obviously. I think we just throw that one in there.
Yeah, we should do that.
Daniel, do you want to lead off with Detroit here?
No, I will say I think the Titans could actually give us a game at Ford
Yeah.
Field. I think Detroit ultimately wins maybe by like 7 or so.
Yeah.
But
I can see that.
I think Titans could be competitive. I think maybe the Lions will take a little bit to go in this game, but I think we win it.
That's fair. I'll go Detroit as well. Let's give them the win. But Rob, your pick here.
Lions, for sure.
Didn't think that one was going to be super controversial. Oh, whoa, we got a glitch in the system here. Okay, we're back. We're back. Okay. I was like, wait, they have 3 bye weeks? That's crazy. All right, here we go. Then they go, or no, they're hosting the Minnesota Vikings, led by Samuel Darnold. I don't know. These are kind of the same team to me, if I'm being 100% honest.
No, I agree. They're about the same.
I'm going to go with the Vikings because I just think they've got a little bit more offensive firepower, and I trust Kevin O'Connell a little bit more.
And the Vikings.
Daniel. Rob?
Sorry, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, cool. I was just working on a problem with the microphone. I'm going Vikings here as well. I just think the Justin Jefferson factor. I think they just got better pieces everywhere. I think it's gonna be a close one. You know, I'm not the biggest Darnold head. It's gonna be
Very few are, to be fair.
Can you guys hear me still well?
Oh, yeah. You're
I think I
better now,
resolved
actually.
things. All right, good. I fixed it. That's why. That's why it's better.
Okay. There you go. I like how you kicked back the microphone.
I'm
I
feeling
feel like
casual today. I'm holding the mic up right here. I'm feeling a little casual.
Man, you're like
Yeah.
a real podcaster.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I know. Well, I usually have the microphone in the stand.
It sounds better off the stand, if I'm being 100% honest.
Interesting.
No, it's like crystal clear, dude.
Yeah, it's probably the best you've sounded in a long time, honestly.
Okay. Do I usually not sound great?
We can hear you, but it's a little kind of muffled.
Okay.
There you go. Live on the pod, we're figuring out we're testing stuff out. All right. Speaking of testing
See,
stuff
it's
out,
low stakes. It's the AFC South.
right, exactly. Speaking of testing things out, the Titans will be testing out the Texans. I didn't have a segue there. I tried to make something out of nothing.
Swarm. That's our
Swarm.
segue.
You're trying
They're
to
going to be
text-
swarm. Are they going to swarm the Texans, or are the
they
Texans
gonna
going to swarm them?
Yeah, I think the Texans are ready to swarm them here. So I'm going Houston.
I think there will be swarming in Houston, and the Texans will swarm the
Yeah.
Titans.
Daniel.
I think Tennessee and Houston actually split the
Yeah.
season series, but I give Houston that win.
I was thinking the same, actually.
I can see that. Jacksonville. Oh, so they lose to Commies. Home game against Jacksonville here.
What team is it that has the Jags number? Is it the Titans or the Colts?
It might
think
be
it's
the Titans
Colts.
because it's not the
I
Jaguars.
think it's the
Or not
Colts.
I think
Texans.
it's the Texans.
No,
Jags
they
always
have
beat-
the Colts number.
Jags
They-
always beat the Colts.
They
at
have
home.
the Colts number? Okay.
Yeah.
Jags always beat the Colts at home, and Texans usually beat them in Houston.
That's right. The Jags always beat the Colts at home because the weather. Dome team.
Yeah. The
Climate
Titans.
control.
This is a rematch of the game that knocked the Jaguars out of the playoffs last year. too. Week 18 in
That's
Tennessee.
right.
That's true.
So, do the Jags get a little revenge? Go ahead, lead it off, Mr. Jokin.
I think they will. I just think I really think the Titans are quite bad after having, watched follow the joint practices, watched that really ugly preseason game. I just think the Titans are quite bad and they're really rebuilding this year, really just kind of installing a new program. So I'm going to go Jags.
Fair, Daniel.
This is kind of a tough matchup to predict. I feel like Jags Titans games can get kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
I feel in Tennessee, man.
Tennessee. I feel like this probably is a split.
Who
lean
won the
Tennessee.
Jags Bengals game last year?
Bengals. It was the Monday night game.
That's right. Yep. So
Yep.
maybe the Jags aren't good against that scheme.
Yeah. Yeah. Good point. Speaking of Bengals, here you go.
Up yours. They're going
Tennessee.
back.
Ted Carey. Dude, the Bengals have played in Tennessee for 4 straight years. Now, granted, one of those was a playoff game, so that's kind of just luck of the draw. But
reminds me of the Seahawks, like always playing in Carolina during the LOB years.
Yeah, I mean, they might as well call the Bengals and Titans a division rival at this point. They used to be. Hello, AFC Central. But that's thing past. Last year, this game was really ugly for the Bengals specifically. Every other time the Bengals have had their number. Now Brian Callahan's on the other side of things. Don't have to worry about Mike Vrabel anymore. This is one I feel very confident the Bengals win, honestly. They know that road trip. They've made that road trip many times. It's a bus trip. They don't even need to get on a plane.
But then you got the factor of master versus apprentice.
That's true. But
I think usually the master wins those.
Usually the master wins those, yeah. I feel like. Not always. I feel like Belichick disciples usually.
No, I think that changed as it in the last few years. But for the most part, Belichick disciples used to always struggle, other than like Eric Mangini.
Yeah.
And the old Peyton Hillis game.
Eric Hillis game, jeez. Give me the Bengals here.
That was my first Madden 12.
Madden 12 was your first Madden. There you go.
That
was my first Madden not. That was my first Madden not place.
Because I never had consoles until like I was like a little bit older.
Okay. Dude, I played Madden 11 on the Wii back in the day.
Dude, Madden 11 on the Wii was sick. Honestly, that was my first Madden.
Because he would always.
Okay, you're giving me shit that 12 was my first Madden, but yours was 11. Come on, man.
Well, the first Madden I ever played was Madden 04 with my brother on PS2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the first one I ever played. The first one I ever bought for myself was Madden 11 on Wii.
Okay.
So there you go.
Did you see that post that was pretty viral the other day? It was like my school. I had to get tested for a learning disability after doing the times table thing because I only did good on the 7s, and that's just because I was really good at Madden. Did you see that one? That was a funny post.
I haven't seen that. That's pretty good.
I've retweeted it. It's a funny one.
Oh, that's a good one. Okay, we'll check those out later. Daniel, who you got in Cincinnati, Tennessee?
Yeah, I agree with you, Beau. I think Bengals take it. They get the revenge from last season, and it should be a pretty standard game for Cincy.
That O-line's gonna be firing because Ted Karras just hates Tennessee.
Oh yeah. Rob?
Bengals.
Yeah. All right, here we go. I close with 3 straight division games. That's interesting for Tennessee. Like I said, I mean, they play Cincinnati so many times that you could almost call that a division game. So look at that, 5 division games to end the year for Tennessee. What a world. Anyways,
what's their record right now?
At this point in the season, they are 4-10. Oof. They're tanking.
Oof. That's rough.
So they get 3 straight games, 2 on the road. So they're going to Indy for this one. I said split the season.
I think we all said split. So I think this is a loss.
This one will go Colts. Yep, I agree. Daniel, all right with that?
Yeah, yeah.
I think they
Uh,
split Jaguars as well, so another loss.
no lost jet. Daniel, you good with that? All right, and then home game against Houston. We called a split here, but they're
We
four
might
and
have.
12.
Let's
Do
wait
they
on
want to
this
just
one.
complete the
Let's wait on
tank?
this one.
Okay, let's wait on this one. All right, we'll wait on this one. So going into week 18, we're looking at a 4 and 12 ball club. So they're tanking. Is Houston playing for anything? That's the question.
Exactly.
Um, so
I know we all
next,
kind of saw the AFC South take a step forward this year, but I think we'll see some, or last year, but I think we'll see some regression from both the Titans and the Colts.
yeah. Jaguars should probably stay about even.
Jaguars
Um,
might get better than they were last year.
yeah. Um, it's tough. The AFC South had to play the AFC North last year, which did not work out for
Is that
me.
Amir Speed at
It is
linebacker?
Amir Speed. Or no,
He
EJ.
was,
No, it's EJ Speed. EJ
or
Speed.
was he the Michigan State guy?
No, that was
Okay,
Amir
because
Speed.
I was like, is he playing corner now or linebacker now? It's like, geez, corner
Yeah,
to
no.
linebacker would be rough.
Yeah, Colts live in nickel because they gotta get Kenny Moore out there. So
Yeah,
yeah, this looks
I
like
mean,
a
every NFL team lives in nickel.
yeah. So here we go. So we got the Colts at 2-5-1 right now. Their offseason, not a lot of turnover with their offseason, honestly. They're
Quiet.
really counting on the division development of Anthony Richardson because they didn't build much around him. Offensive line, exactly the same. Left to right. They got Kyle and Granson tight.
AD
Receivers,
Mitchell, not listed as a
exactly the
starter,
same. They
but
do have AD Mitchell now on
I
def
think what I've read preparing for the rookie draft, I believe he's going to be starting over Pierce.
There you go. Maybe taking the Alec Pierce spot. He did play last or tonight, and he actually looked okay out there.
Oh, our
Um,
old Sugar Bowl friend. God, that
yeah,
I still can't believe that joke didn't do better. That was probably one of my best ever.
yeah, that was good. Leatu Latu, they got as edge rusher with Quiddy Pay on the other side. Forrest Buckner and Odeyingbo on the
That's
interior.
a solid D line. That's a
Yeah,
good D line. That's a good D line. I
surprised that
mean,
your
I
Franklin's great.
we
So
all like Latu Latu.
yeah, I'm
His biggest
surprised.
limitation is his athleticism because he's probably one of the best technicians to come out of college in many years.
Jalen Jones is their starting outside corner. That's rough. I'm not gonna lie.
Juju
Hey,
Brents.
like I like Juju coming
We
out.
both did,
So
yeah. We loved their draft class last year.
yeah.
And then Josh
Kenny
Downs
Moore,
too. Hopefully he
Yeah,
takes a
Josh Downs
step.
as well.
PFF liked
Uh,
him.
yeah. Uh,
I think people
solid
overrate Michael
safety
Pittman
chair.
for how he was for fantasy last year. I still don't love him.
Yeah. Solid safety duo, Nick Cross and Julian Blackman. Getting him back was good for them. Yeah, I don't know. They're a solid squad. On defensively, I actually kind of like what they got going here. Offensively, you're really counting on the development of AR for this to work.
What's his name?
ARB.
There you go.
It just did
Who
not
the
really
hell
do
is their
much in the
tight end?
offseason. Kylan Granson is
I've never
old
heard of
SMU guy.
Is it
He
really?
was like an 6'2". He's like an H back.
Look at that run blocking grade.
Oh, he was drafted in 2021. I've never heard of that guy.
Yeah, let's see. 12 personnel. They get Mo Alley Cox out there in 12 personnel.
Well, I think Mo Alley Cox is their starter. All
So
right, yeah, this is
I
they
don't know.
got
They just didn't do a
pieces.
lot in the offseason. They've got Latu. I'll give them credit. They got Latu. I mean, that's the only new starter on this entire
You know,
lineup.
thank God they had Buckner because if they didn't have Buckner, they'd take Byron Murphy for sure.
Yeah. Is their only new starter on either side of the ball Latu?
AD Mitchell.
Yeah, AD Mitchell. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I mean AR because he didn't really play last year,
Yeah, they're really counting on running it back being their strategy, and
and it's going to be a tougher schedule, and people know you a bit more now.
yeah. So
Matt Nagy 3.0.
yeah. Anyways, so we've got And we're laggy today. There we go. 2-5-1 Colts.
I
With
think it gets laggier with the more picks. I remember we had that problem last year.
yeah. So we got 11 games to pick here for. Wait, am I doing the math right there? No, I am not. No, we only have 9 games to pick for. Okay. Um.
No, we have 10.
However,
Oh my God, I'm an idiot. Our idiocy about an 18 game schedule made me think we have 18 games.
yeah. So they got the home game against the Texans to start the season. I think the Texans come out firing this one.
You
I
know
think
what?
they're
I think this is going to be a funky week one game where people are high on the Texans and think they're going to be great, and so do they, and they underperform. Give me the Colts.
I could see that, Daniel.
Yeah, I think the Colts actually get a week one upset here.
Okay. All right. All right. I like it. I like it. Um, it's actually, their week 18 game was the game that knocked the Colts out of the
True, if they
playoffs. Maybe
only
the Colts
caught
get a
that,
little revenge.
they had a Will Nixon moment.
Yeah.
You know who would
Yeah.
have caught that pass?
Who's that?
Richard Newton.
Yeah, he would have. Um, then they have to go to Green Bay. I guess if you're ever going to go to Green Bay, make it in September, right? Take on the Packers. Go ahead, Daniel. You can lead off with the Green Bay stuff.
I really like Shane Steichen going into this season. I think he's a fantastic coach. I think Anthony Richardson matches up really well against the Packers defense, and Green Bay gets absolutely bodied. Give me the Colts in week two.
All right, Rob.
I got the Packers here. Tough to go to Lambeau. Even if it is September, it's still a tough place to go.
I think it's good. I'm also going to get going with the Packers. Yes, they have the worst coach in the NFL. Is that tough to overcome? Yeah, it is. But I just think they're a more talented team, top to bottom.
Something I just remembered.
Yeah.
Did you see Stephen A freaking out about Russell Wilson today?
No, wait, what happened?
Oh, he was pissed at Russell Wilson.
Oh
He's a Steeler
gosh.
because Stephen A is a Steelers fan. It's like
Is he
you're
really?
you're out there smiling because when you're battling for QB with Justin Fields. It was pretty funny.
The fact that Russell Wilson and Justin Fields is a QB competition makes me laugh.
It does make me sad seeing Russ get so much hate, man. He's a good guy. He doesn't deserve so much hate. He's just a weird guy who is fully bought in on like this one. Like you ever hear about the like neutral mindset thing?
Hmm.
You ever hear that thing?
I think
He's
so, yeah.
just totally bought into that, and that's why he just comes across weird to some people. I don't think people totally understand that, you know? I'm sad to
Um,
see him get so slandered. He's got to be close to 40 now, huh? Because he came into the league at
Russ,
like 24.
yeah, he's probably in his
2012,
back
so
half of his
36?
30s. Yeah,
36?
36, yeah. Back half of his 30s.
Jeez, man. And, he definitely relied on that athleticism. I thought that was not the best excuse earlier, but it's like, yeah, I think those Hudson Pot like moves are gone.
Yeah. 35. He's turning 36 in November.
Yep. Yep. Oh man,
The Bears go to Indy, take on the Colts. I think it's no, it's a regular game. Um, I'll let Daniel lead off all these NFC North games. Go ahead, Daniel.
Oh man, yeah, that's true. The AFC South gets the NFC North this year.
Yep.
It will be some interesting times. Honestly, I could see this game being kind of a slot fest. Unironically, I do think the Colts just pull it out. I can see like a 20-17 kind of game.
Hmm. I agree. I think Colts win this one, especially at home.
okay, I'm cool with that.
Very good. Very good. And then they get a home game against Pittsburgh. Steelers are so weird, man. You know what? I'm going with the Colts in this one. You guys can both pick the Steelers, and I wouldn't hate it, but I just think the Colts. Both these teams are going to be weird, hard to predict.
I think I'm gonna go Steelers. I just think they got the better roster, man. At most positions.
Defensively, yes. And I think this game could very well be very, very, very low scoring. I just have no faith in that Steelers
Russ has played
offense.
well at Lucas Oil. He likes the domes. Dome
How
Russ
do
is
we know
something
Russ is
else, man.
starting? It could be Fields.
At week 4 now.
Okay. Daniel, be the tiebreaker here.
Wait, scroll up. I want to see the Steelers' current record.
There is always a meme.
Let's see
Hashtag
score.
build Russ a dome. Russ loves domes.
I'm gonna go Pittsburgh only because I don't see the Colts being 3-1.
Yeah, I
That's
feel
fair.
that.
I can see it being 3-1 and then collapsing. We've seen that before.
Colts going to
Um,
Jacksonville. Is that September or
oh,
October?
this is the game they haven't won in Jacksonville since 2014.
Yeah. What
You
was
give me
that meme that came out? I think it was when the Colts won their first game and didn't win after that, or was it the Jags?
It was the Jags, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
Is that
2020.
no, is that September or October?
This
Doesn't matter.
is October.
It's still gonna be blazing hot there, but
Yeah,
Right.
I think Jags win by like 20.
Yeah.
they just don't win that game.
They never do. They never
It's
They
do.
like the
win in the
Patriots
Angelo
going to
era.
Miami.
Not gonna win now.
It's like the Bengals going to Cleveland ever since Zach Taylor took over. Um,
I mean, every team has that one team, you know. Pete Carroll always underperformed against the Jeff. Like he was the only person in the world to underperform against the Jeff Fisher Rams.
you know what? People give Taylor a lot of shit for his record against the Browns. And is it good? No, it's like 3-7, I think. Yeah, 3-7. But people say he always loses to the Browns. No, he always loses to the Browns in
In Cleveland.
Cleveland. In Cincinnati, he's 3-2 against them. So, okay. Anyways, let's see. Colts Texans. Here we go. Got their second game. If we're predicting a split here, which again
Yeah,
we'll
I
go
see a
through each of their
split.
picks, but I think a split's pretty reasonable,
Yeah.
especially this one in Houston. Daniel, I'm seeing nods. We're all in agreement here.
I think Houston bodies them at home.
Yeah, there you go. Then they
They're
go
gonna
to
swarm.
Minnesota. Go up to Minnesota. Vikings coming off a mini bye here.
What's the Vikings record right now?
Vikings record right now. I think we got the NFC
Three
North
and
all
one?
like with
What are we
3 and
doing,
1.
man?
Look how much we're favoring these NFC North teams. Is the NFC
hell are we
North
doing?
stacked?
It is.
We're the hood division. I mean, of course, the Packers should be 0-5 right now, but you know,
No. You see, the NFC North it's not black and blue enough to be the hood division. Y'all are the Gucci division.
we
If
are
every
literally
team
the
was like
black
the
and blue
Lions,
division, bro.
if every
We
team
AFC
did
was
North
the
is the black and
Lions,
blue division.
if every team was the Lions, it would be a hood division.
That is true. That is true. Yeah, no, the Green Bay Packers can never be in a division that is the hood division. This is the Gucci division.
The NFC West is such an offensive division now. I hate it. Should be a defensive division. Those California teams, man.
Those California teams. The NFC
Put a
West is
division with all the California teams and then God's favorites from Wisconsin, and they can just leave us alone.
Yeah,
thanks.
wait. To compare the two northern divisions, we got the Gucci, the Louis Vuitton division, the Black Air Force One division.
Wait, is
What
that
are
what
called the
Dion
Lions?
meant by he was
Louis
bringing his
Vuitton.
Louis?
The Louis Vuitton. Y'all Louis Vuitton now. I don't care
Is
if Dan
that what
Campbell
Dion meant
disagrees.
by bringing his Louis Vuitton?
He's bringing his Louis, yeah.
Now that you said that, Dan Campbell's gonna film himself burning a Louis V bag.
It is. You know what? If he
He's
does
got
that,
that money now.
it means he
Didn't he
watched
get
the
a fat
pod, and
extension?
that's fun.
That's true.
You got a fat extension, right?
Dan Campbell, if you're watching this, I just hope you know we ranked you number one.
Daniel, how much is he getting paid?
Dan Campbell?
Yeah.
I don't know exactly how much. I just know he's in the middle of a 6-year contract.
I still think it is absurd how much money and years we gave Mike McDonald.
How much
We
do you guys
gave him 6 years and like 8 mil.
I feel like it'll still come good for you guys, though.
Yeah, I know, but it's rookie head coach. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, he's already better than that one hack we talked about before.
I mean, yeah, I was surprised when I saw those details. I do think part of it was, I think he was in kind of a bidding war with the Commanders. There was a interesting, I don't know if I ever talked about this, but there's this interesting spot on the show that the Seahawks do, the web series, The Sound of the Seahawks. This is the third year they've done it. It's really cool. Um, and it was, a part where, Mike McDonald's dad was on the show because he was caddying for Mike McDonald at like a charity golf event. And he was supposedly instrumental in getting McDonald to choose the Seahawks because, what he told him was when McDonald was worried about, how much further away it is, to see family and stuff because he's an East Coast guy. His dad said, just one more movie on the plane. I thought that was a very dad way to put it. I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
That's you're not totally. It's one more time to watch MacGruber with Tua.
Cooper.
Did you see?
He can only watch it when he's mentally challenged or mentally damaged.
Did you see that? What Mike McDonald looked like today? How he looked like a Miami cocaine dealer. People were
Oh
like,
yeah, I did see that.
Yeah,
people were like
with the
doing like
yeah,
comparison of like him when he took the Miami job and him now.
yeah.
It's pretty funny. He was like, what happened to, is Tyreek, he's got a thumb injury. What happened there? And he's like, oh, I beat him in a thumb war. I'm pretty good. It's like, I love Mike McDaniel, man. He's so awesome.
He's a cool guy, man. Room for him to do well.
Yeah.
I cannot wait till he's in the booth, man. He's gonna be the next John Gruden.
Should I kick us off with Colts Vikings then?
Yeah,
Do it.
go ahead.
Uh the Vikings just they cheese so many games, bro. They could have the worst team on paper and they would still finish 7-10, man. They could have the best team on paper and they would finish 7-10. It's just inevitable, bro. Yeah, give me the Vikings.
They are purple, like Thanos.
They are
There you
purple.
go. There you go, Rob.
I trust Daniel on this. I'll trust his pick.
There you go. I agree. Vikings at home. Might as well. We're all going Colts in this one, I think. So, no, I'm just kidding.
I was actually gonna pick the Colts.
Wait, really?
Yeah,
Why?
I was. I mean, every contender throws games, man. I think the
That's
Lions.
true.
I feel like the Colts would be the type of game they would throw. Not necessarily because they have like anything specific. Actually, no. If Anthony Richardson's still healthy, he's a running quarterback, right? Lions tend to struggle with
Mm,
that. I can see the Lions having a bit of a letdown with an otherwise really good season.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
I trust you on this. I'll defer to you.
All right. There's a win for the Colts. And then their last game on the season, they are going to Indy to take on no, sorry, they are Indy. They're at home to take on Jacksonville.
So
I
I
know what I'm
think I
doing.
think a split.
Yeah, a split.
Yeah.
So Colts win in this one. Daniel, you all right with that? That's where your head's at too?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, there you go.
There.
Man, that tie.
That's pretty funny.
Tie. Well, congrats. I guess no, the Jags are still in contention. I was gonna say congrats to the Texans. They already clinched the division.
3-7
Jags.
Jags, man.
Yeah. I'm sure we haven't picked most of their easiest games, I'm sure.
That's probably true.
Let's see. Pull up the good old Jacksonville
I mean, they
Yaggy
play the
horse.
AFC North though, man.
NFC North. They do not have to play the AFC North.
Oh, I just saw the Browns.
Yeah. The interior is looking kind of rough on defense.
Is that Deshaun Hamilton?
Yeah, no,
Oh, yeah, I forgot that
there-
Josh Allen changed his name to Heinz Allen now.
Thank
Oh, yeah,
God.
Josh Allen's on that one. Yeah.
Thank
Way
God.
less confusing now. Shout out him for doing that. Thank you, sir.
Took one for the team there.
Um.
Man.
All right, offense. So they brought in new starting center Mitch Morse here.
Brian Thomas
Other
Jr.
than that, offensive line's pretty much the same. Offensive line's the same. Brian Thomas, and Gabe Davis, two new starting outside receivers. To go Christian Kirk in the slot there. T. Law still kicking it. ETN still kicking it. Had a really strong year last year. Evan Ingram,
Eric
same there.
Armstead, big ad,
On Eric
big
Armstead,
ad.
yep. Defensive interior here is looking much better. Trevon Walker on the edge is rough, man.
Who would have thunk it? Always trust.
Not great.
Hey man, how many misses have I had on my D line evals? I'm pretty good there.
Trevon Walker, that's a rough take. That was a rough pick, man. We knew it was rough when they made it.
Yeah, that one was so obvious.
Yeah, I didn't get that one at all. And vindication here. Former first overall pick, where I guess 2022 they don't have their fifth year options picked up till next year. I doubt he gets fifth year option picked up. Which
I
for
mean,
the first overall pick.
some team like the Ravens, who've like always had a good defense and can like take those athletic dudes, is gonna pick them up and it'll be solid. It's gonna happen with that.
Yeah.
But he's never gonna live up to that first round pick or first overall pick.
pick. Yeah. Finds out. At least Josh JHA has worked out for him.
Oh, he's been awesome, man. He's been so good for them.
He could have been. He was a contender for Depoy last year for a while.
Yeah, he was awesome last year. He's got aura for sure. He's got aura. Who's that? Can you go to their base look? I wanted to see who that nose tackle was.
Devon Hamilton.
Devon.
I'm surprised
Hamilton.
he's that low. Actually,
that's surprising because,
yeah.
like, I think he's a solid nose tackle, and that's all you can really ask for.
I think nose tackles kind of get banged by.
That's all you can ask. Oh yeah, because they just
formula.
take double teams all day, and PFF doesn't like that.
Yeah. So, Tyson Campbell, Antonio Johnson, the slot there, Ronald Darby. Ronald Darby's a pretty good get, actually. He good year for Baltimore last year.
I mean, so did like all their old defenders. You know?
Yeah, that's true.
How much can you believe that, right?
Yeah. Good linebacker tandem with Devin Lloyd and the guy I can never say the name of, but
Foya Aluakon.
Aluakon. There you go.
He goes by Foya, I believe.
And then solid safety tandem as well. I like Andre Cisco a lot. Darnell Savage.
That's a good defense.
Yeah, no, the defense, I think, especially when you go into their nickel personnel, is a good unit.
That's a good squad, and they upgraded on the D line. An already good D line, and
Yeah. So
I mean, so many like good younger edges are getting help because like Max Crosby getting the good interior D lineman.
Yeah, the questions for Jacksonville are going to be offensive line's not fantastic.
I don't love their weapons.
And yeah, the weapons are
they scream
horrible.
Mid.
But
I saw a really interesting stat for Evan Ingram the other day, though.
Yeah.
I forget what it was, but it's like very underrated.
So hopping into their games, I know we've kind of been hammering them with the picks, but I think week 2
they're going to win week 2.
I think they're gonna lose because I just think that offensive line against Cleveland is
Cleveland. I think that O-line. I think that Cleveland D line's gonna get gassed. It's September in Jacksonville.
Yeah, that is a good point. That is a good point. All right, Daniel, you're the
tiebreaker. They're gonna
be
cramping.
For Jags Browns.
Yeah.
Ooh, I take Jacksonville at home, man.
September Jacksonville is rough, dude.
Yeah, it's a tough place to go. It's not a fun place to be in September.
Yeah. Speaking of not fun places to be, we were talking about Jacksonville always struggles in Houston. Well, that's exactly what they're going on in week 4.
They're gonna get swarmed.
Are we calling it swarming?
Calling it swarming.
Daniel's nodding. All right, there you go. Get
Season
swarmed.
meme unlocked.
Then they go up to Chicago, week 6. Take on the Bears. Go ahead, Daniel. It's
I
MC
think
North.
Doug Peterson teaches the Bears a lesson, and they win.
Yeah. I like it. I also think the Jags win this game. Yep. There we go. We finally picked the Bears to lose. Feels like I'm going to be picking them to win a lot.
Not me.
Then Green Bay comes down to Jacksonville in week 8. Daniel?
That's a tough place to play.
Wait, when is that game? Is that October?
This is late October.
It doesn't matter all year round. for northern teams coming
Hey,
down.
but Rob, remember, this is God's favorite team. He's gonna pull some magic to make sure that Jordan Love throws for 5 million yards in the game. You got to remember this. But luckily for us, Matt LaFleur is a horrendous coach, and Doug Peterson is going to absolutely body him tactically, strategically, and in every other possible way. So give me Jacksonville at home.
I agree.
I agree. I also think Jags win this one. There you go. They're on a little 4-game win streak here. Undefeated in October. Look at that, undefeated in October. You're welcome, Jacksonville. Then they host the Vikings in Week 10.
Same story. Northern team.
Jacksonville is going to be my second favorite team this year, and you guys will see why very soon.
Beating the Jags.
They're going to beat the Vikings.
Or sorry, beat the Vikings. Yeah.
I
agree. I think they also beat the Vikings. And then they go to Detroit to play the Lions.
And now you guys will find out why, because they're going to do us a solid and beat all of our rivals, and then Detroit will absolutely kick their ass at home, like we do every single time we play them.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I'm also picking Detroit here, Rob.
I'm actually picking Jacksonville before a bye. I think they're going to go hard in this one.
All right, 2-1 split gives us Detroit. All right, here we go. Then they get a bye, and then they get to play Houston at home. I think they win this one coming out of the bye, and split the series with Houston.
I agree.
There you go, Daniel.
This could determine a lot. It could either go 7-10 or 8-9 here.
We need to start picking some away teams. That's actually, that's their season. Yeah, 8-9 or 7-10.
I think Doug Peterson's getting fired after this.
I like the Jags. I'll take him at home.
I think 8-9 gets Doug Peterson fired.
Yeah. All righty. Last team then, Houston. We only have 6 games to pick for them, but
why can't they get coaching right when you have Trevor Lawrence, man?
I think Doug Peterson's pretty good.
So Houston only needs to win. Houston only needs to win 1 game to win the division. Will we give it to them? Probably. Anyways, so Houston here. So, is this Kenyon Green? Does he not have a grade? Maybe he was hurt last year. Ooh, Scruggs and Howard. Ooh, that's not great. Is there?
Titus Howard's is not a 46.
That's rough. Shaq Mason on the Dalton Schultz, good year in Houston. They brought him back. This picture's still of him in Cowboys stuff. That's kind of funny.
Yeah, they brought that Diggs guy in too.
Yeah, really solid receiver room with Nico Collins, Tank Dell, and Stephon Diggs.
That's a really good receiver room.
Think about how that looked like before last season. It's just completely changed overnight. It
Flipped
feels
it.
like, yeah.
There is. I wonder if Kalen DeBoer takes that Jaguar job. He'd love living in Florida.
Yeah. Brought in Joe Mixon to be the new starting tailback. That's fine. I don't know.
That was a weird choice for me.
I don't get super excited about Joe Mixon anymore. Not just because he's not on the team anymore. Just
Danielle Hunter, good ad.
Yep, Danielle Hunter. Yeah, it's a great ad there for the edge across from Will Anderson.
Their safeties played quite well last year.
Yeah, let's go to people here. Nico Autry, another good ad on the interior.
That is a good ad. Is that was it Mario Edwards there? On
that's Mario Edwards in base.
He was all right last year. He was all right.
Yeah, he got Kamari Laster, not Kwame Laster.
Stingley, I'm hearing could be Depoy.
Yeah,
he's good. Man. Talented.
And then Jalen Petre manning the
good safety room.
Yeah, Jimmy Ward, Eric
Petry's
Murray,
their safety. Petrie plays safety.
Yeah, he plays safety, but in nickel they got him down here in base. Azeez Al-Shaair, good get from Tennessee for a linebacker. There's no way they're starting. I'm sorry, there's no way they're starting Henry To'oTo'o over
No.
How am I blanking on his name? The guy from Alabama, Christian. What's his name? Hold on.
Braswell?
No, not Braswell. Who am I thinking of? Texans linebackers.
Yelich.
Uh,
Wrong sport.
no. I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, duh. Christian Harris. Christian Harris.
Oh yeah. Yep.
No way they're sharing Henry Toto over Christian Harris. I like how I said the Alabama guy. Henry Toto is also an Alabama guy, so that wasn't super helpful.
He was with Tennessee for a bit, I
He
think.
was for Tennessee for a bit first. That's true.
Very well known,
Um,
silent till UW for a while.
mhm. Yep. So there you go. So as far as new additions, Diggs, Mixon on offense, getting Tank Dell back healthy is huge. That was a big loss for them towards the end of last year. On defense, I mean, a ton of new starters. Hunter, Autry, Alshair, Lassiter, and then you're counting on continued development for like William, Fadakasi as well. Will Anderson, Derek Stingley, those guys, super high upside guys that can continue to develop and be guys for them. So, um, yeah, overall, Houston had a good offseason, and they
They
were
did.
already the best team in the division. So, moving forward to their schedule. So we've already got them at 7-4. Like I said, we only need to give them one win, and they win the division. Let's see if they get it. So they host the Bears on Sunday Night Football in week 2. Stroud versus Caleb.
Ooh, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah. Daniel, lead us off.
I think the second year man beats the rookie. Houston takes the win. That'll honestly be a pretty good game, though. I think.
I agree.
I agree as well. There you go. Congrats to the AFC South winning Houston Texans. Then they go up to Minnesota, take on the Vikings. Daniel's again.
Can't give the Vikings every win, man. I think Houston wins this one.
I agree.
There you go. So let's see. So I know we've got them having the weird loss to the Patriots here in week 6, but they are 4-1 through week 5. So good start to the year. Then Houston goes up to Green Bay, take on the Packers.
I think D'Amico Ryans really teaches Matt Fleur what it means to be an actually competent coach, and we see Houston win by 60 points.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I
dude.
think they're gonna drop this one. It's just hard to play in Lambeau.
Oh,
I also think they dropped this one.
damn, bro, that was close. Oh well, I had a convincing argument.
You had a convincing argument. They're gonna lose by 60.
Lions
Okay, here we go.
going into Houston.
Detroit goes down to Houston. Houston's coming off a mini bye.
Oh shit!
Full bye. They just played the Jets.
Okay, come on, bro. Jets are pretty good, man. Hey, they're a better green team than other green teams we've talked about.
Yeah.
We
Daniel.
haven't talked about the Seahawks yet.
I don't know about this game, man. I feel like Lions Texas could go either way. That's I know that's gonna be the Sunday night game, right?
Has to be prime time.
Yep, Sunday night.
Dude,
SNF.
Wait, no day for a Sunday night.
to be honest, man, I think the Texans win.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Houston I think it'll be pretty close.
That's gonna be a fun one for sure. I'm gonna agree with Daniel here. Just because they're home and off a mini bye, that's gonna help them a lot, give them an edge.
There you go. Two games to end here. So we've got Christmas Day against Baltimore.
Those are 3. That's actually no. The Dolphins are in December, so it's an easy game. But those Chiefs and Ravens back to back is rough.
I would lean towards Baltimore in this one.
I'm gonna go Baltimore as well. I don't.
Make it 3 for 3.
He they beat him in the playoffs last year.
3 for 3.
All right,
3.
is this a rest starters territory?
I think it should be.
Let's
No?
see. So they're at 10-6 right now.
Ooh,
They're not going to get the
Oh,
1
my.
seed. So they're in rest of starters territory for sure.
Yeah,
All right.
Tennessee.
Tennessee screws up their tank. There you go.
I think 10-7 is honestly pretty realistic for the Texans.
I
Yeah,
think
I
so
think
too. I think so too.
yeah,
That's not an easy schedule playing the
playing the
NFC
NFC
North.
North. Yeah, the Gucci division.
And then you got the Chiefs and Ravens. You got that first place schedule. You know,
Yeah, yeah. Chiefs,
who's
Ravens,
their
and Cowboys. Yeah,
who's their extra non-con? Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Oof.
Yeah, yeah. It's a tough bowl. That's a
Yeah, tough
tough bowl.
draws.
So, yeah. Overall, I think it's very realistic. So there's the AFC South then. So we got the 10-7 Texans, 8-9. So they've actually finishing in the same order as they finished last year. 10-7 Texans, 8-9 Jags, 6-10-1 Colts. That's so funny we have a tie in there. And the 5-12 Titans. So
All right, I want to do a fun little exercise.
all right, let's
Which
do it.
coaches do we think have gotten fired with these
Okay,
records?
so in this situation, I think there's a chance Gerard Mayo gets fired after year one if it just
Yeah.
is clear it's not working. 4-13. I think Robert Saleh gets fired if they don't make the
Yep.
playoffs.
Yep.
Doug
I think
Peterson probably gets fired.
I think there's a shot Sean Payton could be. The only holdup's money.
Yep. Dennis Allen's definitely fired.
That's a lot of mid
I can see
coaches
Mike
getting
McCarthy.
fired. Because like last year, good coaches got fired.
Right.
I was gonna say I could see McCarthy getting fired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. With another disappointing season.
Yeah, I could see.
If it depends on his playoff performance. If
Right,
they
exactly.
stink it up in the playoffs again, and like do that Zeke play again, because they're like this time it's gonna work.
Yeah.
I could see pretty much any coach in the NFC East getting let go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Sirianni could get fired.
Yeah,
If,
I mean, if they go 13-4 but lose their first playoff game, Sirianni could get canned.
If Sirianni has a losing season, he's getting canned.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
His
Same with
antics last year
McCarthy.
were ridiculous. He was like getting in a screaming match. He was yelling at Pete Carroll. It's like,
Mhm.
jeez. Although Pete Carroll's a nice guy, but I bet he is a bit of I bet he can be a bit annoying.
I could see
Um,
Eberflus for the Bears getting the sack.
Oh yeah, I always
Yeah,
thought that was
I
weird.
want to see. Yeah, I want to see how that plays out ultimately. Like, I can see Eberflus getting canned. I could see.
If we get Wed
Uh,
Zone Waldron,
What's so
Yeah.
much?
I could see some NFC West coaches
Who?
really just Gannon, honestly.
I
But,
don't think they're gonna fire Gannon. I think they like
I mean,
Gannon.
we've already got them with 4 wins. They had 4 wins all last year, so they're in a pretty good spot right now, actually.
They got the same record as the Lions.
I think they'd give Gannon another year.
Yeah.
I think the only
We really let
Shanahan's
the
not getting
Packers
fired.
start 5-2.
Honestly, the most likely
Yeah.
coach to leave the NFC West would be McVay retiring.
Yeah. Yeah, which is possible.
I think he said last year brought his spark back, though.
We really don't have a team that totally bottoms out yet. I guess the commies at 4-3. No, we don't have a 3-4 team yet.
I could see the Commies go one and done with Quinn.
Yeah.
I think he'll do better than 4-13 though. I think he's a good coach. I would have been fine with him being the Seahawks coach.
Yeah, we really didn't have a team. We haven't had a team completely bottom out yet. Like, we haven't had like a 2-15 team yet.
No.
And there probably will be one in here somewhere.
Who went 2-15 last year? Panthers.
Panthers, yeah.
Black Panther.
And I think the next, I mean, commies had the next second pick and they had 4 wins. So I guess, okay. When you get to the
Honestly, I
17
feel like the extended schedule has made the worst team have more wins.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree.
I think I echoed that one of these podcasts that we did. Like
Mhm.
this is the era where contenders go 11-6, and the number one overall pick team gets like 5-12.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
It's just how it goes, man. I will say though, if there was gonna be a team that finished with like 2 wins or something ludicrous like that, it probably would be the Patriots.
Yeah.
That
Mhm.
team is.
I
still think
saw
they're gonna-
Patriots fans on Twitter say they're going to go 2-0.
Yeah, no, I did see that. And their first 2 games are Bengals and Seahawks. And there's one. He's just being ridiculous.
They're
Like,
so spoiled,
I still
man.
think New England would get a couple more wins than those two, but
They're gonna regret firing Bill. Watch it be like a curse placed on them.
Yeah.
he wasn't great for them last year,
He
though.
wasn't. He wasn't. But still, it's not the. It's you know, you never know what you have, right?
I mean,
Mhm.
to be honest, man, I think they had to do what they had to do.
They did. They did.
So I don't
But
really blame them too much. If they stink it up really badly next year, it's probably Gerard Mayo or just the fact their team isn't good.
it can get worse. That's for sure. It can get worse than last year.
Yeah, I would know. You know what's kind of funny? The last time the Lions lost to the Jaguars was the 2008 season.
Really?
We blew them out in 2012. Had a pretty close win against them in 2016. Blew them out in 2020 with Matt Patricia. I believe we won that game like 30, like 31 to 10.
Was that the Urban Meyer season or the year before the Urban Meyer season?
It was the year before. It was 2020.
So that was
It was Patricia's last year with
that
us.
was what's his name? Who was Mr. Bologna Cheese?
Dave Caldwell,
No, no,
Gus Bradley. Was he still there?
no, nope.
Okay.
He was the guy who led him to the AFC Championship.
Like
Mike
Bortles?
Munchak was the Mike Malarkey.
No, Malark. No, that was Doug Marone. Doug Marone.
It was Doug Marone. Wait, let me. I still want to verify this. It was in fact Doug Marone. And that was the year that they went 1-15.
Saxonville, baby.
Wait, no, 2020. That was the 1 year they beat the Colts at home, and then they lost every other game after that.
Yeah.
I remember that season. Damn,
Who did
dude.
they pick first overall that year? Trevor?
Yeah, it was Trevor in before 2021.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And they hired Urban. That was a bad choice.
Yeah, and that was. And then in 2022, Lions played the Jags again, and we beat them like 40-14.
All right, boys. Daniel, your last word, buddy.
Last
There you
word.
go. Oh, yeah, wait, yeah. Closing thoughts.
Yeah, you guys already know what I'm going to say. Matt LaFleur, most overrated coach of football. The end. Case closed.
There it is. All right, closing thoughts, Mr. Jokinen.
If one of us squirm, all of us squirm. If one of us click like, all of us click like. If one of us subscribe, all of us subscribe. Thanks for watching, folks.